Hi class. Today our objective is I can multiply a 2-digit by a 2-digit number using the standard algorithm and an area model. Now, this is the standard algorithm way. And we can multiply a 2-digit by a 2-digit number using this way or the area model way. So you can, whatever you prefer to do, it's fine. You're going to come out with the same product because the answer to a multiplication problem is called the product. And the numbers being multiplied, these are called factors. And then the product is the answer to, this is going to be a U right here, to a multiplication problem. Okay? So when I start off doing the standard algorithm way, I'm going to multiply my ones first. I'm going to say 3 times 4 is 12. I'm going to put my 2 ones down, and I'm going to bring over my 10 out of my 12 to my tens place. And I'm going to put a 10 right there. Now, I'm going to take my 3 and multiply it by my tens. So I'm going to go 3 times 3 is 9, plus the 10 that I brought over is going to be 10. 3 times 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So I'm going to put 10 here. Okay, now I'm going to scratch this out so I won't get confused. Okay, so I've already used that one. So now I'm finished multiplying my 3 out, okay? And then on my second line, I'm going to put a 0. Always put a 0 on the second line, always. And then I'm going to multiply my 2 out. The same way I multiplied my 3. I'm going to multiply 2 times 4, which is 8. So I'm going to put 8 here. I did not have to regroup. I did not have 10. Okay, you have to have at least a 10 in order to regroup. I had less than 10. If you have less than 10, you do not need to bring over a 10. Okay, so 2 times 4 is 8. And then I go 2 times 3 is 6. So I'll put 6 here. Okay, so I scratched out my 1 here. I've already used that, so I don't want to get confused. Now I'm going to add. 2 plus 0 is 2. 0 plus 8 is 8. 1 plus 6 is 7. Okay? So my product is 782. Okay? So this is the way you multiply a 2-digit by a 2-digit number using the standard algorithm way. Now I'm going to do another one. I'm going to show you another one. I'm going to start out with my 6, and I'm going to multiply it by 5. So 6 times 5 is 30. So I'll put my 0 down, and I'm going to bring over my 30, my 3 tens, to my tens place. So I'm going to put a 3 here. Now I'll multiply 6 times 7, which is 42, plus the 3 tens I brought over would be 45. So I'll put 45 here. I'm going to scratch out my 3. And then on my next line, I'm going to put a 0 here. Always put a 0. Now I'm finished with my 6, multiplying my 6 out. I'm going to multiply my 4. I'm going to go 4 times 5 is 20. So I'll put my 0 down, and I need to regroup and bring over my 20, my 2 tens over to my tens place. Okay? Then I'll multiply 4 times 7, and I get 28. Plus 2 is 30. So now I'm going to put 30. And then I'm going to add the 2 together to find my product. 0 plus 0 is 0. 5 plus 0 is 5. 4 plus 0 is 4. and 0, nothing, plus 3 is 3. And every 3 digits, you put a comma. So I'm going to put a comma here, and that's 3,450. So my product is 3,450. The answer, the product, is 3,450. Okay? So that's the standard algorithm way. Now I'm going to show you the area model way. Here's a problem, 34 times 23. And I'm like, I really don't understand this way, so I'm going to do the area model way. It's easier for me, so I'm going to choose that way. Okay? So what you do is you draw a rectangle, and you put 34 right here, and you divide it into 4 sections, and then I'll put 23. Okay? Now, in teaching math with the Eureka curriculum, which I do, 4th grade Eureka, they say to put the 20 here and the 3 here. Okay? So I show it like that. But if you put 20 here and 3 here, you're going to come up with the same product. Okay? But the Eureka curriculum shows it like this. All right, so I'm going to multiply each one out. Okay? So I'm going to go 3 times 30. 3 times 3 is 9. And then 3 times 0 is 0. So this is going to be 90. All right? And 3 times 4 is 12. Now, I'll multiply my 20 out. 20 times 30. Well, I go 2 times 3 is 6. And then, what I tell my students is that I have 2 zeros here. So, the easy way to do this is to add 2 zeros. 20 times 30 is 600. 2 times 3 is 6. And I have 2 zeros. So I just put 2 zeros behind my 6. And then I multiply 20 times 40. I know 2 times 4 is 8. 0 times 4 is 0. 0. Now what I need to do is I need to add all 4 up. All 4 sections up to get my product. So I'm going to go 90 plus 12 plus 600 plus 80. So I'm going to add my 1s, and I'm going to get 2. I'm going to add my 10s, and I go 9 plus 1 is 10, plus 8 is 18. I'll put down my 8, but I need to regroup. So I bring my 10 tens over to my hundreds. Okay? So I bring it over to my hundreds. Now I add 1 plus 6 is 7. So my product is 782. Okay? All right, now I have another problem. 75 times 46. Okay? Now, I drew my rectangle. I put 4 sections. And I'm going to multiply 75. I put 75 times 46. Okay? I'm going to multiply my 6 out. I know that 6 times 7 is 42. And 6 times 0 is 0. So that's 420. Then I go 6 times 5 is 30. Now I multiply my 40 out. I go 4 times 7 is 28. So I'll put 28 down. And then I have my 2 zeros. So I just add my 2 zeros. Okay, now I'll multiply 40 times 5. 4 times 5 is 20, so I'll put 20 down. And then I have my 0. 0 times 5 is 0, so I just add my 0. Now I add up each number. 420 plus 30 plus 2,800 plus 200. Now don't forget, you need to make sure you have all your ones in line, all your tens, all your hundreds, all your thousands in line. Because you don't want to get all confused because you need to add them up. So this would be 0. 2 plus 3 is 5. 4 plus 8 is 12, plus 2 is 14. So I put my 4 down, and I need to regroup. Okay, I need to bring over my 10 100ths, which is 1,000. So 1,000, this would be 1,000, plus 2 is 3,000. And I'll put my comma, because every 3 digits, you need to separate it by a comma. If you have more than 3 digits, okay, you set it off by a comma. And then if I had 3 digits here and another number, you set it off by a comma. So it's every 3 digits, it's set off by a comma. Okay? So now I showed you the standard algorithm way and the area model way. Now, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer this way? Or do you prefer this way? Which is easier for you? So whatever is easy for you to do, whatever way, whichever strategy you want to use to multiply a 2-digit times a 2-digit number, use it. Use either way. Okay? Now let's apply what we've learned by multiplying a 2-digit number times a 2-digit number using the standard algorithm way and the area model way and working out a word problem. Now there's 4 steps in solving a word problem. The first step is to understand the problem. So I'm going to underline my important information and the question. So Mr. Adams set up 35 rows of chairs. This is important in the gym. If each row had 25 chairs, each row, 25 chairs is important, how many chairs did he set up? So now I plan. I know that I need to multiply 35 times 25 in order to solve my problem. So I'm going to write 35 times 25. Okay. Now this is the standard algorithm way. So I'm going to start with my 5 here. I'm going to multiply. Now I'm going to solve. 5 times 5 is 25. So I put 5 down. And I bring my 2 tens over to my tens. Now I'll go 5 times 3 is 15, plus 2 is 17. Now I'm going to scratch this out, because I've already used it. I don't want to be confused. Now my next step is to put a 0 here. Then I'll multiply my 2 just the same way as I did my 5. 2 times 5 is 10. I'll put my 0 down. Now I'll bring my 10 over. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now I add. 5 plus 0 is 5, 7 plus 0 is 7, 1 plus 7 is 8. 875 chairs Mr. Adams set up. So I'm going to write it as a statement. Mr. Adams set up 875 chairs. Okay? Now, so my next step is to look back. So I'm going to go over my work. I'm going to go 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, I put my 5 here. I'll put my 2 tens up here. Then on my next line, I'll put a 0. and I start working out my 2. The same way I did my 5. 2 times 5 is 10. Put my 0. Bring over my 10. Then I go 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Okay, now I add 5, 7, 8. Yes, I did it right. Okay? Now, here's the area model way. If you want to do the area model way, instead of the standard algorithm, you find it easier to do it this way, that's fine. So, I'm going to go 35. Draw up my rectangle into 4 sections, put 35 and then 25. I'm going to multiply my 5 out. 5 times 3 I know is 15. 5 times 0 is 0. 150. 5 times 5 is 25. Now I'll multiply my 20 out. I know that 2 times 3 is 6. So 2 times 3 is 6. And then I have a 0 here and a 0 here. So I just add my 2 zeros. 600. Now I multiply 20 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. And then 0 times 5 is 0. That's 100. Now I'm going to add, my next step is to add 150, 25, 600, and 100. 5, 7, 1 plus 6 is 7, plus 1 is 8, 875. Okay, my product, the product is the same, 875 and 875. So either way you multiply it out, you should get the same product. Okay? So, Mr. Adams set up 875 chairs is my answer to this word problem. So, I hope you enjoyed my video and hit the like button and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.